guys, it's McPhillygin here, and welcome to the first series on this channel, Bukkit Coding. Our first video is how to make a Bukkit plugin. We will just be doing a simple command and learning how to make a plugin and see the structure of it. Now, we're going to need a few things. You want to get an IDE or an integrated development environment if you haven't one already. I will be personally using Eclipse. You can use whatever, like IntelliJ. If you do go with Eclipse, go to Downloads and choose from the many downloads that are available. I will be using Eclipse Standard. Now, next we want to get Bukkit. The latest version of Bukkit is 1.7.9 Release 2, as well as the Minecraft version. We use Bukkit in our coding to actually make the plugin. The plugin hooks into Bukkit, and Bukkit finds our plugin and enables it. Now, once you have that installed, let's go on to Eclipse. You're going to need to set up a workbench if you do not have one already. Now, I have one, so there was no pop-up. There will usually be a pop-up if you haven't a workspace. Alright, once you set up your workspace and you have everything, that's great. Let's get started. This is where all of the coding will be. This is our package explorer. I don't use JavaDoc or Declaration. I sometimes use Problems. I don't use Outline. So we have more space. I won't be needing Problems. I personally kept it up when I was first starting out, and I suggest you guys do it as well. Alright, so we have more space. First thing you want to do, you want to go to File, New, Java Project. This is making sure it's a Java project. There can be tons of projects like PHP project, HTML, but we want to make a Java project, not an HTML project. Let's name our project Test. There's already a name. Tutorial 1. Alright. Now we want to add the Bukkit API to our project. We want to link them together so we have the Bukkit API. To do this, we want to go to Libraries, Add External Jars. You want to get Craft Bukkit 1.7.9. And we want to finish. I forgot about something. You want to go into the folder you put Craft Bukkit in, and you just want to run it. We'll just wait until everything starts up. And apparently I get an error. Yeah, let's just wait till this starts. Oh, it's just no file exception, so it created more. Alright, so now we have a full folder. Okay, we have the Bukkit API, we have our server. That's great. Let's get started. Now, you want to right-click on SRC or source and go to package. Now, package can be really named anything. Usually companies have like com.example.main or test. I personally, since I am not a company or an organization, I will just be using me.mcphillygin.tutorial1. Not 21, 1. I suggest you do the same. Thing with packages, when you get more advanced plugins, you don't want to use the same package over and over. Like, if you have a project named hub, and you have another project named join items, you don't want to, and you have both of those jars on your server or another server, both of them will not work because they both have the same type of package. You don't want to keep naming your packages the same thing. So let's just say me dot your name. Oh my god, I'm bad at typing. And then the project name. Okay. Now we want to right click package, go to new class. A Java class is where all of the code is stored, and the package is where all of the classes are kept organized and stored. Well, we're going to want to you can name your class anything. I usually name my main class main, but just starting out for you guys, I'll just say tutorial. We'll match it with the project name, tutorial 1. Now, this is going to create just a couple lines of code. It's nothing big. It says the package and then our class. Now, to make this a Java plugin, we want to make sure it extends the Java plugin. What you want to type right after tutorial 1, you want to type extends Java plugin. Now there's going to be a red line under Java plugin. You want to hover over it and go to import Java plugin. You could also go to source and then organize imports, or you could just do the keys on a Windows computer. It's Control-Shift-O, and I usually do that instead of hovering over. Alright, so there's a couple methods we need. Let's start out with the first one. When the server starts up, this method will be called. It's a simple named method, public void on enable. This is when the server starts up. You can have anything in here, and you also have a method when the server stops. That is just the opposite of it, public void on disable. Now, I want this plugin to notify me when it's enabling and when it's being enabled and when it's being disabled. So what we're going to do, we're going to say bukkit.get server.get logger.info, and then we want to type in our string. Let's just say tutorial 1 plugin has been enabled. ENABLED. I'm sorry, I really can't spell. Okay, now for the sake of time, we're just going to copy and paste it and then just change enabled to disabled. Alright, so what this method does, what this statement does, it's making sure it's a Bukkit server, and it's getting the server. It's getting the logger, which is the console, and then it's going to tell the console an info message, which is our string right here. And it's going to do the same with the disable. Now this statement is going to be called when the server starts up, and this statement will be called when the server stops. Alright, so the next thing we want to do, this is the command portion of this tutorial. So let's get right into it. It's a little bit lengthy for the commands, but bear with me. It'll be okay. I'll explain everything. Sorry about that. All right, so what we want to type: public boolean on command. Now, in our on command, in the parentheses, we want to type methods and variables. So command sender. We're in here we are naming the command sender. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it sender. You can call it CMD sender. It's just a variable. We're naming command sender, so it's much easier for us. So command CMD string and then label. Some people use command label. I just like to name my variable label. And then string with array. Array is just two brackets that are closed. And what we're going to name string array, we're just going to name it args. Now, let's import org.bukkit.command. And now we're going to need to add a return statement. You can either return true or return false. Boolean requires a return statement. Void does not. Alright, so we're going to return true. Now, that eliminates the red line. So, first things first, let's do the command setup. We already did the method. Now let's do the method inside the on command. What we're going to say, we're going to type an if statement. If, alright, so if cmd, which is command, dot get name, we're getting the name of the command, dot equals ignore case. You can do equals or equals ignore case. I personally like to use equals ignore case. Equals ignore case, you can, when you type /tutorial1 and it's maybe all in all caps, but it's with an equals ignore case, it's going to ignore the case sensitive, so it just relies on the spelling of the just requires the spelling of the command. It's not case sensitive, and it's just, you just need to type the correct command name. So what we're going to name the command, we'll just name it test. Now we're going to check if the console ran the command, or if a player ran a command. Now, how we're going to do this, we're going to add a check if, so quote parentheses sender instance of player. Now you want to import org.bukkit.entity, which is the player. What the exclamation point means, it means not. So if the sender is not a player, then what we're going to do is run our line of code that is in here. And then we want to stop the code, which we need to add a return value again. Now, let's this is ran when anything but a player runs the command named test, or whatever you have it. So what we're going to say, sender dot send message string arg0, and what we're going to say, the console ran the test command. Now, when we check for this, we know that the only other command sender that can be is a console. It can't be a zombie, it can't be a creeper. It's going to be just the console or the player. So if it's not the player, we're just going to send the command sender a message saying the console ran the test command. Now, if you want to feel real special and add a chat color, you know what? Let's do that. Chat color dot. Let's go aqua. All right, so this is making the chat the color aqua. Now we wanted to add it to the message, so we added the plus sign. And what we're going to do, we're going to stop the code there. You can return true or you can return false. It doesn't matter. I like to return true. Now, if it's not the console, what we're going to say, we're just going to declare the sender as a player. Player P. We're naming the player P now, equals, and then we're declaring it as a player, and then the sender. So, player P, we're adding cast to player, sender. So what this means, now if the console did not run the command, and nothing else can run the command other than a player, we're just going to make sure that we're just going to say that the player is the sender. So that's what we're doing here. Player P equals parentheses player sender. Now, what we're going to say, P dot send message. Let's say you ran the test command. Great job. Alright, and let's add a chat color again. We'll make it red this time. Remember, you can do anything you want with the colors. Alright, so we don't need to return true because those are the two only things, and we're not stopping the code there because there's nothing else to read. So that's what this statement does. Stops the whole code. Alright, so we made a command named test. Now we were checking if it isn't a player. If it wasn't, we're going to say the console ran the test command. Now if it is, we're declaring it as a player, and then we're going to tell the player you ran the test command. Great job. Alright, so here comes our plugin.yml. This is needed for every plugin. You can't forget about it. If you do forget about it, you will get an error. It will be like no plugin.yml found in tutorial1.jar, whatever you decide to name it. But you want the plugin.yml and you want it correct, or you still will have the error even if you have a plugin.yml. If it's like in the package, it's going to not read it at all. You want it in the source. So what we're going to say, not say, my bad. What we're going to do, we're going to create a new file named plugin.yml. Now, if anything opens, just close it out. We're going to drag plugin.yml over to our our bar up here next to tutorial1.java. All right, so let's name the plugin. So name the project name. It doesn't matter what the project name is. It matters what's inside the plugin.yml. That will determine the name of the project, the plugin. So we'll name it tutorial plugin. All right. Now we want to state the version of the plugin. Since this is our first version, we will say 0.1. You don't want to hit tab in your plugin.yml. It will mess everything up. You don't want to do that. All you want to do is space and enter. That's the only thing you want to hit that separates lines of sentences and words. So let's we need to have a main, which is going to be our package your package name actually dot tutorial. You want to make sure that your package name is equal to the name in the plugin.yml, or you'll have a class not found exception. You don't want any errors. It's really tough to deal with. But let's name the we're not going to name it. We're just going to declare our main class, which is tutorial1.java. So tutorial1, and now we're going to add a description, which is going to be our tutorial plugin. Okay, now here comes the command part. This is a little tricky, but bear with me. Remember, no tab, just space and enter. So we're going to say commands, enter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then our command name, which is test. Enter, 1, 2, 3, 4, usage / command. That's going to be the usage when you open the command bar. When you type /. And now we're going to add a description. Test command. Okay, so your plugin.yml should look similar to mine. Some things may not be, such as the main, but everything else should look similar. Okay, we're going to save both of these. Okay, now what we want to do, we want to export. We want to go to Java and a jar file. Now what we're going to do, we're going to browse and go to plugins. This is in my my testing server, and I'm just going to plugins, and we're going to name it tutorial1.jar. This is just naming the plugin that's in the plugin folder. When you do /plugins, it's going to take the name that's in the plugin.yml. So you can name it anything, but really the plugin.yml name matters. Alright, so let's finish, and now we're going and opening up Minecraft Test Bukkit plugin. I'm also going to be opening McPhillygin, the McPhillygin client. I'm playing on 1.7.10. Doesn't matter if you're on 1.7.9 or 1.7.10. Alright, so let's launch. If I can find... Alright, it's run. Alright, I changed it the other day. I changed it to run instead of launch, so sorry about that. Alright, okay, so I do have... I think I have a class not found exception. My bad about that. I was bad bad at spelling today, so that could be the reason why. It's just generating the world, so. Okay, let's see. Yeah, could not find. Aha! I forgot an L. So let's fix that. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Test. The console ran the test command. Alright. Now let's head on over into my testing world. Alright, let's see. Alright, we'll wait for this to render. Test. You ran the test command. Great job. Alright, great job, guys. If you made it this far. Remember, this is the first video of the series. I will have plenty more. I will obviously get better at my typing skills. Sorry about that. You know, first video. I will see you guys next time. Alright? Our next project will probably be a medic plugin, like /heal and /feed. And we will be creating that next time. Thank you guys. I will see you all later. Have a great day.